Good evening and welcome to The Problem with Being Awake. My name's Ben and I wanted to talk about old-fashioned values, as I had a recent encounter down at the local shops and it struck me how little old values hold dear today. And I think the measure of a generation and of a culture is in what it produces and the type of person it produces. Now, in Great Britain, we used to be great. We weren't tyrannical. We were conquerors for sure. We built the biggest empire the world's ever seen, ever will. But almost all of those countries are better off for it, especially India. Some of the top education establishments in the world are founded on what we taught the Indians in terms of their education. They have a fantastic education system, if you can afford it. They have a lot of poverty, obviously. But what we lack is, or what I see that people lack, is things like patience. Real hard values, patience, humility, thinking of other people rather than yourself, devoting your time to pursuits that are healthy for you or healthy for others, sacrifice, being able to sacrifice. I think a comedian put it brilliantly one day when he said, people aren't even prepared to accept their second favourite thing. And he was talking about a highway, and he was saying people just cut across 4 lanes because they would miss their turning. It just interrupted hundreds of lives just so they could get their turning when the next turning was about 500 yards in front. And, I think that's true. I think people demand a lot and offer nothing. I talk about the youth a lot because we've lost a generation to the woke culture, and the reason we have is we took our feet off the gas. It cannot be blamed squarely at either the government, who are in big part to blame, the education system, who are probably the main proponents, youngsters themselves who frankly should know better because human instinct has been around for multiple tens of thousands of millennia. But us as adults, how close are we to the men who returned from World War II in terms of values? Are we there? I'd say we're not. I'd say we all took technology on board, we all took social media, we took the internet and we devoured it. We literally just took it all in, lapped it all up, like someone was drizzling honey and milk at the same time from the heavens. And it's not realistic, it's a falsehood, a falsity of life. And there are struggles in this world. There are financial struggles, lots of people are ending university with no prospect of getting a job. There's overall employment struggles. There's opioid crises, there's wars, there's poverty everywhere. When was the last time that we made a positive difference as a culture? I'm going to talk about the West, because I'm suspicious of anything done by the Middle East and Africa, and I'm very, very suspicious, obviously, of China and Russia. But the West, what point did we become more about ourselves than we did about our communities and the imprint that we left with each step that we took on the world? It's a great poem called Footsteps in the Sand, it ends with, God, why in the hardest times of my life are there only one set of footsteps in the sand and not 2? And God replies to the woman, she says, why did you abandon me in those times? My dear, I didn't abandon you. Those singular footsteps are mine because I was carrying you through those rough times. Now, there's a lot in that, just that statement. Now, I don't claim to be perfect. I claim to try. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe it's not. I can be lazy, untidy, not exercise well, not eat well. That's been one for me recently, just not eating well. But then I wonder what the diets of children are these days, or youngsters. It's a sad day when delivery companies make more money than the restaurants that they deliver for. That has to be indicative of a sadness in the times. If you walk into a city, it's like walking into a ghost town. And then you have your local community and you feel more at home, but still I don't see the engagement that we used to have. To volunteer for charity now is difficult. It really is. It's not easy it's like trying to get a job and you're offering your services for free. Now, I had an unfortunate an accident which led to me having to give up my job as a therapist, and I've been trying to find for purpose and meaning. But I know that deep down inside me, that meaning it has to be self-generated, and it has to be something that I want. It can't have anything to do with other people, but paradoxically must have something to do with other people, because otherwise it's a selfish plan with selfish aims. Put well to me recently, which is all you need is patience and a keen result in the outcome. I think that's a good phrase. Patience and a keen result in the outcome, and you'll get. But I think we need to start now reinforcing not just British but proper values, family values, Christian values, if you like. I'm not religious, but the values of the church appeal to me. You know, there are certain things, just basic things. Common sense, manners, dignity, respect, decency, patience, humility. These are all things that we need, crave, and yet we don't have for ourselves. So I'm going to do my bit. I'll see how I get on, and I'll see if I can touch positively the lives of those close to me, and positively the lives of people outside of my spectrum of ordinarily being able to influence. And when that's done, I'll see how I did. But I will be patient, and I will keep a keen eye and a keen interest on the results that I get. Thanks for listening. I'm not even going to ask about the subscribe, share thing, because this is actually more emotional for me. So thanks for listening if you have, and have a good day, and be good. And good luck. Thank you for listening to this problem with being awake. If you liked it, please do click the like button and the subscribe button to get more similar content. And if you really like it, share it with a friend. That'd be great. I don't do this for money. I do it for a cause. So your support would be much appreciated. Thank you once again. Have a good day and be blessed.